there's incredibly light traffic on Mount Logan, as I'm hearing. You guys were pretty much the only guys on the mountain. You had the whole thing to yourselves. And we have some wonderful gentlemen just back from this amazing climb. We have Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Morton joining us, as well as Captain Philip Illman. So great to have the two of you here on the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, this expedition sounded just incredible. About 20 days?
Yes, 20 days.
What was the purpose of this? Kind of give us the story behind it.
Well, first and foremost, we were celebrating the 20th anniversary of the birth of modern special operations in Canada, so we're military, obviously. Secondly, we were looking to demonstrate or display enduring warrior spirit, and as a result, the team selected was older salts, all of us senior members of the community, and oldest was 53, average age was 49 and change, so a bunch of senior veteran guys with a mountaineering background. And thirdly, we took advantage of the opportunity to trial some kit equipment in this terrain. Poignantly, though, we dedicated the climb to the fallen in Afghanistan. Phil, actually, and his son Chris prepared an ice axe, which we left on the summit, and on it were inscribed all of the fallen on the shaft. And so it was a very moving moment when we finally did summit on the 14th day, where we actually placed the axe and hilted it and left it there in perpetuity, hopefully.
That must have been a remarkable feeling at that point, to carry that with you, and then to have that, having accomplished this amazing trek up.
No, it very much was. And it kind of changed the sense of the whole climb as we were going up and knowing, okay, I've got this axe and I've been babying this axe the whole trip. Now I get the chance to unveil it, and we get a chance to look at it and understand the impact of it and place it on the summit. That was great.
All of us had been in the conflict, and so we reflected both on the losses of all the members of the Canadian Forces, but also we knew people.
Absolutely.
And we've been exposed to people that had lost their lives. So it was a very reflective, somber moment actually on the summit.
I mean, your livelihood is based on dealing with difficult situations and putting yourself and testing your own limits. So what was this like I mean, you probably, and we're going to see footage, just beautiful, beautiful scenery. You're going up, you're going down, you're skiing, you're trekking. I mean, it was a mixture of everything.
It definitely was. It's a serious undertaking, Logan. It's so isolated. Like, you fly in 150 kilometers to get to the peak from the most proximate civilization, and then really you're on your own. You have to be self-reliant, self-sufficient. You've got to bring everything in that you actually need for the climb, and then you've got to stage yourself throughout it so that you can have a good chance at the summit. We skied most of it, but we did have to put crampons on for the last 1,000 feet. You can see the summit ridge there as we come up onto the top. We're in crampons or on crampons there. Some pretty good footage, but it's
look at this.
A mountain to be reckoned with.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're thinking, but this is the second highest peak in North America. And then I was asking the comparisons to Everest and to see the amount of people. We're looking at this footage. You guys were the only ones, literally. You saw a group coming down, and then that was it.
Well, that's right. It's the largest mountain massif in the world. And, you know, for ground space, it's just immense. And it's so isolated, and have that mountain to yourself is incredible. And you know, it gives you that true spirit of adventure, and you know you're on your own up there. And as you ascend the mountain, there's opportunities when you can sit down, look out over the vast terrain at your feet, and it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I'm just looking at that. Okay, so there's weather. I mean, what were the toughest obstacles for you? I mean, in this, because it couldn't have been a piece of cake. Doesn't look like it.
The biggest thing about the climb is weather, for sure. Altitude, because you're up just south of 20,000 feet.
And one of your members didn't do well with that.
That's right. So there's 6 of us on the team. We ended up extracting one who, by Camp 2, at about 13,000 feet, as we pushed to 15,000 feet, came down with altitude sickness, and then with the early stages of pulmonary edema, which is a very serious affliction due to the altitude's effects. We ended up extracting him, and the team split for a period of time. And then the guys on the low team did a monumental effort to catch up with us, and we actually ended up summiting together as a 5-man team. So it worked out very well. Jeff was okay at the end of the day. He stabilized as he got lower, but those are the things. It took us a number of days to get him out, actually, because of just the weather. Yeah.
Things that you try to plan, I mean, because there was a year and a half of planning going into this, you had to think of every single situation, and so it all pretty much came together. This was some of the equipment. I know that you were saying you were testing certain things, so what aspect was that like?
Go ahead.
A lot of the clothing, some of the boots and the footwear. This is a ski mountaineering boot, and what we wanted was something that's very robust, that's light enough to move over that kind of terrain, but it's going to be warm enough and offer you the support that you require. Lightweight aluminum crampons for ski mountaineering, and probably one of the most valued things right here is this neoprene bootie.
To help keep a little bit, could you feel the difference?
Oh
yes.
yeah, on the lower
Absolutely.
stages of the climb, we were without the bootie. But as we got up, the average temperatures in the morning were about -25. Summit day was -37 with wind chill. So it's cold, and you obviously have to dress accordingly. And your feet and your extremities are some of the most critical points, right? So the neoprene bootie helped a considerable
I can
amount.
imagine.
And let you bring your toes home.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Well, welcome back to the warmer weather.
Thanks.
Wonderful
very
story. We're going to show the picture right there. There it is.
That's the axe.
That is the axe, yeah.
With the names of members, fallen members of the military. So really quite the purpose to have that up there. That's a beautiful,
Thank you very
beautiful
much.
shot. And thanks once again for all the work that you do and that you have done for our country.
Thanks very much.
It's really,
Thank you.
truly
It was great to
remarkable.
be here.